Aaron foul ball or flying back and cause serious injury. Free protection on medical staff provided by the.
All right, and welcome in here live as your Elmira Pioneers get set to take on the Newark Pilots. We're live here from Newark, and I hope you all enjoy the view. Obviously, we got the camera back on track. Don't quite have the issues we had last night, and hopefully you'll be able to see enough of the game here tonight through our unique viewpoint to be able to enjoy the game here from Colburn Park. You are tuned in to the Miller's Mowing pregame show. If your field isn't game day ready, give Miller's Mowing a call, 67302-8226. Tonight's matchup going to be an interesting one. Brendan Kester heads back to the hill. Kester's had a couple of rough appearances, hopefully going to be able to fix that up, as Kester's stat line, as I said, interesting to say the least. Brendan, 7.46 ERA, 1 win, 5 losses, 8 appearances, 6 starts, 5.1 innings pitched, 25 hits, 28 runs, 21 of them earned, 24 bases on balls, and 20 strikeouts. So Kester will certainly have his against Newark's Ron Loomis. Loomis on the year, 3.16 ERA, 2 wins, 2 losses, 8 games played in, 7 starts, 1 complete game, 42.2 innings pitched, 43 hits, 27 runs, 15 of them earned, 19 bases on balls, and 38 strikeouts. So Loomis will be looking to support your Pioneers, and the Pioneers will be looking to get something done quickly. We'll have to see who can come out on top. Before we get too far into it, though, we want to remind you once again, you are listening to the Miller's Mowing pregame show. If your field isn't game day ready, call Miller's Mowing 607-302-8226. We're going to head down for Coach's Corner now and hear what Matt Birch has to say about the recent 4-game winning streak. Your Pioneers turning it around, getting ready for a playoff push. We'll see what they can do when we come back. You're listening to the Miller's Mowing pregame show on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, we are back live here on Mixler.com. Go through the starting lineups before we get started here. Your Elmira Pioneers going to keep it pretty similar to the lineups that they've had for the last couple of games as they've been winning. Jeff Mejia playing center field, leading off. Brody Moore at short will bat second. Nathan Pang will move back behind the dish tonight. He will catch. Trey Harmon bats fourth. Bryce Moskowitz will bat fifth, Brennan Derigi sixth, and at second base, Kyle Richardson will designated hit and bat seventh. Trevor Henneman will play left field again for the second night. Again, that's very strange to see Henneman out there in left, but he made the plays last night, so why not? Andrew Sexton will move to right field out of the usual center field spot that has been really taken over by Mejia. Mejia has been more than impressive down the stretch, and Brendan Kester, or the one the guys call BK, taking his place on the mound. On the other side, Newark definitely piecing together a lineup. Matt Birch has talked a lot about it all season. It's a very difficult time of year at the end of the year when a lot of these guys play Division I ball. They have fall ball coming up. They've got to go back to school. They've got to get themselves prepared to play those games. And when you're getting out of a playoff spot, as the Pioneers in Newark were not too long ago, it's harder to really keep the reins on that. So we're going to see Michael Gorman play center field, David Bermudez over at third batting second. Tate Ballestero, as I have now been told it's correctly pronounced, will be behind the dish and catching. Parker Denny will play first base. Sean Hillis at designated hitter. Brian Rivera, a brand new signing here today, will play second. James Rabel will play shortstop. Jordan Fedor will play right field. And Cameron Reynolds out and left. Ron Loomis, who the Pioneers have faced a time or two, will be on the mound. So the Pioneers will have quite a task ahead of them to try to come through with a victory here tonight in Newark, a ballpark where they have not had the most success. So going to be interesting to see what the Elmira Pioneers can do as they try to close out the season on a strong note. Would like to remind everybody once again as well that the Elmira Enforcers second season is coming up just around the corner. It's almost time for hockey again, folks, so start getting ready. Start getting those neon greens back out. You can guarantee yourself seats at every one of the Enforcers home games this season by ordering season tickets 607-734-PUCK. As well, we want to remind you that the the players camp will be coming up shortly. Your opportunity to participate in pro placement camp. Sorry, a little bit tongue-tied up here in Newark tonight. So pro placement camp coming up soon. Make sure you check out ElmiraEnforcers.com for more details. We are heading closer and closer to the starting pitch here, which means we will be heading to a commercial break in just a little bit. But we do want to remind you once again, you're listening to the Miller's Mowing pregame show. If your field isn't game day ready, call Miller's Mowing 607-302-8226. So now, once again, we'll take a look here as the Pioneers over the last 5 games have certainly made an impact. And I'll tell you, it starts from that leadoff spot. As you look at it, Jeff Mejia batting .500 over his last 5 games. Bryce Moskowitz batting .533. Trey Harmon batting .450. Stephen Rossi 1 for 1 with 1,000. Brody Moore .438. It's just these numbers are adding up, and it hasn't been that way for a large part of the season. The Elmira Pioneers have really struggled and run into some issues, but now they are really getting it together. And when they get hot, especially during this time of year, that's what Coach Matt Birch has been talking about this whole season. It's not about the teams that are winning right now. It's about the teams that can win at the end of July, and the Elmira Pioneers are looking to be that team. So right now, hopefully they'll be able to hold on and keep things going as the final members are being introduced of the Newark Pilots. We're going to step aside. We want to thank you all for listening to the pregame show presented to you by Miller's Mowing here on Mixler.com. We'll be right back after the national anthem and the ceremonial first pitch and baseball on Mixler.com. All right, and so with that, the national anthem is wrapped up. The Pioneers are getting ready to come to the plate. They'll be led off by Jeff Mejia. We've talked about Mejia's recent surgence, and I'll tell you what, you look at the lineup card and then you look at the batting stats. Mejia now leads the team over the course of the season, batting .333, 36 for 108 attempts, 6 doubles, no triples, no home runs, so just the 6 extra base hits. But, I mean, I say just, but Mejia really has gotten it going here. His on-base percentage, 468. His slugging percentage, 389. Mejia has really done a job for the Pioneers since they have maneuvered him to that leadoff role. We'll have to see what can be done here tonight for both Mejia and the rest of the Pioneers lineup. They had some struggles last night against Geneva. Geneva took him to task, and of course, Geneva had a late lead, but the Pioneers showing that never say die attitude as they came back in the bottom of the ninth, tying it up at 3. And yes, it took 4 extra innings of work all the way to the bottom of the 13th before Trey Harmon put a ball in play, and around came the Pioneers to score. Pretty good excitement as the game definitely went a little bit longer. Only our second extra inning game of the season, as Elmira has now gone 1-1 in extra inning games, losing to the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs back, well, about a month ago at this point. So the final couple of pitches coming here from Ron Loomis. As I said, the Pioneers have seen him before. The success has been nominal, to say the least, as now this Newark Pilots lineup has certainly been a little bit affected by the players going back to school, as now Ben Efros runs out to first base. He will be the first base coach again tonight. He has been coaching first base for the last 3 games, and the Pioneers have wins in all of those games. So they are a superstitious bunch, and that will continue here tonight. Mejia coming back set as Andrew Drum standing in at third base, as he is the third base coach, and giving another night off to head coach Matt Birch. We'll see what Mejia can do here. The wind and the pitch, taken high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. As now Loomis throws the first pitch at 7:06, the wind and the pitch. Cut on. That one swung out there, and that will be a hit for Jeff Mejia through, as Mejia will single to start things off. That's going to bring up Brody Moore. Brody, who has been doing well in his own right so far. We talked about it. Everybody really getting going here in the last 5 games. Brody, not to be excluded from that, 438. He has hit 7 out of 16. As now again, Brody comes back set. As Brody steps back in, he looks out. As now Loomis having to pitch from the stretch after just 1 batter. That one in there, apparently missed inside, I guess. 1 ball, no strikes. As coming back set, Loomis looking in. Loomis waits, the wind and the pitch. Taking that one in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, as now standing down on first base, Jeff Mejia, who also leads the Pioneers in stolen bases with 12. Coming back set, Loomis looks in, the wind, the pitch, cut on by Brody. That will be sent towards center field. The play will be made, so Mejia will be handcuffed to first base. That's going to bring up Nathan Pang. Back in Utica a few days ago, Nathan Pang played all 9 positions in 1 game. Quite a feat, and that will be the only Pioneer to have done that this season. Don't think we'll be seeing that long or much more this season. Pang really the only player that can do it, and he certainly has done it over the course of the year. As now he comes set, looks out at Loomis, who winds, delivers. That's in there for a ball, 1-0. Pang, who last night in the bottom of the 13th inning got intentionally walked, threw his bat down, tossed his elbow protection into the dugout. 2 balls, no strikes, before Trey Harmon hit the walk-off single. As now, see what Pang can do here. 2 balls, no strikes, has a runner on first. Mejia taking his lead, the wind and the pitch. Cut on there by Pang, and that will be fouled away. 2 balls, 1 strike. As now the catcher for Newark will bring the ball back to the umpire. As now Peng steps back in. As Nathan Peng waits. Checks out Loomis on the mound, the wind and the pitch. Cut on right back through the infield. That's going to allow Mejia to get to second. Peng will now stand on first. 2 hits here with just 1 out in the top of the first inning. We've talked time and time again about how the Pioneers do better when they score runs early. And with the home run derby champion standing in at home plate, Trey Harmon would love to get that swing working for him. So Loomis will take a look in. Runner standing at first and second. Harmon had the walk-off hit last night to give the Pioneers the win over Geneva. Cut on and missed as that one dipped low, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Trey Harmon. As the Pioneers trying to find a way to score some runs here in the first inning. Were not able to do it against Geneva last night. As now Loomis asking for more signs. Now he waits. Harmon looks out. The wind and the pitch. So, no balls, 2 strikes, as Trey Harmon certainly not wasting any time here. You got to think the Pioneers worked a late night last night. They certainly don't want any of that here tonight. We'll have to see what they can do against these Newark Pilots who have given them fit after fit this season. Taken for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 count for Trey Harmon. Standing on deck will be Bryce Moskowitz. Moskowitz, again, the top of this order really went to town last night. We'll have to see if they can echo that here again. Harmon waits. Loomis checking on the runner, winds, delivers. Low again, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 count as Trey Harmon has a runner in scoring position. This actually it is the identical situation that drove in a run to win the ball game last night. Harmon able to put a ball through the infield as that's low, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So full count as we'll see if Harmon can find his way onto first base. Harmon, not only a power hitter, he's also just very knowledgeable. When he looks at a pitch, he knows where it's going, and he has a good read. Great ability in the batter's box. The wind and pitch, cut on. That one will get down. That is going to bring Mejia around. Mejia heading around. Peng is coming into third. Mejia gets in. At third, Trey Harmon stands at first, and Harmon earns himself the first RBI of the game. So, 3 hits so far in the top of the first inning. The Pioneers could not have asked for a better start, as now Bryce Moskowitz comes up. Loomis will be standing on the mound trying to figure out how to fix this problem. Brody Moore, the only out he's gotten so far. So Loomis steps back in. Moskowitz looking to keep this rolling. 90 feet from home stands Nathan Peng. The wind and the pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Moskowitz, on the season so far, a .307 batter, has only 1 extra base hit. It was a double. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Our first Tioga Downs showdown of the evening. We remind you, you too can be an all-star. Check out Smash Mouth at the end of August at Tioga Downs. Coming back set, the wind and the pitch. Cut on, ground ball. This should be playable. No, unable to play it at second base as Harmon ran right in front of the second baseman. Wow, that was unfortunate. I believe we'll have to wait and see what the official scoring is. That will be an error. So, Moskowitz will go 0-for-1. He reaches on the error, but does earn the RBI as that run comes across regardless. So, 2-0 lead for the Elmira Pioneers as now Brennan DeRigi coming up. Pioneers already threw the 6th batter in their lineup. Yes, runners on first and second. So we'll have to see. As now DeRigi stepping in. Loomis waits. Loomis looking in, still having to work out of the stretch. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 man out. The only out of the afternoon so far, Brody Moore. So now DeRigi Waits. As coming back set. The wind and the pitch. Cut on. And that will be fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. So our second Tioga Down showdown of the evening. As again, DeRigi stepping right back in. Brennan looking out. He waits. We've seen a lot of pop off of Brennan's bat in batting practice. That one cut on. That shows some pop as well. Heads back towards the scoreboard. It'll be caught by the left fielder. But that'll be just the second out of the inning. So Kyle Richardson will come up. Richardson, the designated hitter, steps up to the plate. He's the number 7 batter in the lineup. We talked about the bottom part of the order really not coming through here as of late. Richardson batting .232, 13 for 56, 3 doubles, so 3 extra base hits this season. We'll see if the Pioneers can cash in again before the end of this inning. Dribbled through the infield on the first pitch he sees, heading around Trey Harmon, running hard, and he crosses the plate. So another run batted in by the Elmira Pioneers, and that will bring up Trevor Henneman. So, again, runners stand on first and second. Trevor Henneman now comes up to the plate. He's batting .231, 18 for 78, 2 doubles, 8 RBIs. Would love to add to that total as the Pioneers now have a 3-0 lead. Coming back set, Trevor Henneman looks out as he waits. The wind and the pitch from Loomis outside 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. So Kester going to come into this game with a well-padded lead at the moment. We'll have to see if Henneman can stretch it out even further. The next pitch, cut on, grounded right towards the third baseman. Picked up, will take his time, throws over to first, and that will be tagged out. The throw was off, but Henneman was tagged anyway. So unfortunately, the Pioneers inning stops at a 3-0 lead, and now they'll head to the field for the first time tonight. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, well, the Pioneers will head back into the field for the first time here tonight. This is Brendan Kester's first inning of work here tonight. Hopefully, Kester can get things going and keep that 3-0 deficit right where it is. The Elmira Pioneers coming in looking for a big win here against the Newark Pilots, who have done some damage against them this season. We do want to remind you that tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. at Dunn Field, we will have a fundraiser for the New York State Police Troop EK9 in Horseheads Batting for Dogs fundraising event, a $20 admission for the game and the concert, as the NYPD, New York's finest baseball club, will take on your Elmira Pioneers in a slow-pitch softball game, including a New York State Trooper canine demonstration during the 7th inning stretch. Still kicking will be the concert following the game. The next pitch from Kester, cut on, popped up, and that'll go foul, 1-0. 0-1, excuse me. Wow. Getting a little ahead of myself as, once again, Brendan Kester out of Kentucky trying to get things going here. See what he can do. As I said, Gorman leading things off. Gorman has a leadoff batter, 185 in 27 attempts. Taken for strike number 2, 0-2. Kester has certainly found the zone to lead things off. See if he can keep that going. You see Kester working that ball in his hand. I thought it was a nervous tick for the first half of the season. Brendan says it's just the way he finds comfort with the ball, as that's in there for a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So Kester goes back to the mound. See what kind of restrictions Kester's on. The bullpen usage has been very, very light for the Pioneers over the last 5 games. However, that one's a little high as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. However, last night the Pioneers had to go deep into the bullpen in the extra inning affair. Kester comes back set. He winds and delivers. Cut on. That one popped up. Should be playable. DeRigi has the read, makes the catch, and down goes Gorman, 0 for 1. That's going to bring up David Bermudez, one of the all-stars from this Newark team. Bermudez, 269 batting average, 42 for 156, 9 doubles, a triple, a home run, 21 RBIs. So Bermudez certainly is having himself a season. See what he can do here. See, he steps back in tonight, playing over there at third base. The wind and the pitch. Taken outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. As Bermudez trying to get something going for the Newark Pilots. Here in the bottom of the first, Pioneers certainly had a day in the top half, a 3-0 lead. The wind and the pitch, cut on. That will be fouled away. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a Tioga Downs showdown. As we remind you, Tioga Downs, not only a great place to play, a great place to stay. Check out the brand new Tioga Downs Hotel, Casino, and Resort. As now the wind and the pitch from Kester. Slow moving. That will get down out there, so that will get Bermudez a hit. As the throw comes in from left field, Bermudez will be stuck at first base. That's going to bring up Tate Ballestero. Ballestero, who came up and did not have a great start against the Pioneers back in Elmira during the doubleheader, has been having quite a year. 257. He's 9 for 35. 3 doubles in his short tenure here with the Newark Pilots. Looking in, Brendan Kester, who has to go into the stretch for the first time here tonight, throws over and checks on Bermudez. And again, Kester has to be careful with those throws over. It has been a source of, really embarrassment for the Pioneers. They cannot check on the runners as much as they do, as those balls have been the ones that have gotten away and really hurt the Pioneers this season. We've seen it time and time again. So Matt Birch has addressed that time here. I was about to say time and time again. Well, but Matt Birch addressed it here again recently and wanted them to make sure they're worried about the outs that they can get. Don't get yourself out of a position where you can make a double play just for the attempt to pick off at first, because for the most part, the batter is going to be the easier target. So we'll have to see what they do here as Kester comes back set. He winds and delivers. That will be in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Downs showdown. As now again, Kester comes back set. Still very concerned about that run over there. Bermudez is known to take a run. We'll have to see. As popping up, Nathan Peng able to keep that ball in front of him. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Ballestero to be followed by Parker Denny. If Ballestero can keep out of the double play. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Pioneers would love to turn 2 here. As now, waiting. Kester has his sign. He winds and delivers. Cut on and fouled off. So 2 ball, 2 strike count. 1 out. As yet again, Ballestero heads back in. Ballestero, left-handed bat, certainly changes up the perspective. As waiting, Brendan Kester taking a long look in. Kester checks on the runner. Comes set out there on the mound. Now he sets. Winds and delivers. Cut on. That ball will be grounded foul. So, Kester will go back to work once again. 2 ball, 2 strike count, 1 out. A 3-0 lead for your Elmira Pioneers. They connected on 4 hits back in the top of the first. Ballestero looks out. Kester finally has his sign, is ready. Now Ballestero asking for time. Kester will back off. Ballestero steps back in. I don't know if he's trying to mess with Kester's timing or if he just felt unprepared. As now, Kester comes back. He winds and delivers, bounces one in again. That's going to keep David Bermudez stuck at first. It's a 3-ball, 2-strike count. It's a full count as once again, Kester out there on the mound, trying to find the strike zone again. The wind, the pitch, cut on. That one will go foul. So 3 balls, 2 strikes one more time. Kester looking for the put-away pitch here. Now Kester coming back set. He waits. The nod, the pitch. Cut on and missed as Kester gets him down swinging. Ballestero goes down on strikes for the first time here tonight. That's going to bring up Parker Denny. Denny this season, 236, 21 for 89, has had 3 home runs, however. Those numbers certainly impressive. As now again, Denny stepping back up. With 2 outs here, the pressure going to be on him with just a runner standing on first base. So we'll have to see as coming back set. Throw over to first is not in time. Harmon able to that one. Kester certainly with a much more deceptive move than some of his Pioneer counterparts. As Kester comes back set, the wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. Way ahead of that one was Parker Denny, but he was swinging for the parking lot. As now again, 0-1 count. So Denny looks back in. Kester waits. Checks on the runner. Winds and delivers. Cut on, and that will be fouled. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As that one gets out of here, we're going to remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. As now Denny stands back in. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kester 1 strike away from getting out of the first. Throw back, and that is no, they say in time was Bermudez. Harmon certainly threw his glove up like he thought he got him. So Kester comes back set. Checking in. Now Kester winds and delivers high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pang has been known to go bang bang from behind home plate to first. We'll have to see if that's a thought process here. With a pitch as high as that one, thought it might be an attempted throwdown on Bermudez. As now again, Kester comes back set. Has a sign, winds, delivers, swung on and missed. That will be strike 3. The throw down to first in plenty of time. And so Kester will get 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the first. We head for the top of the second. Your Pioneers have a 3 lead. All right, Andrew Sexton stepping up. Sexton had a rough night last night. 3 strikeouts, as now he'll look to balance that out with a good day here as Loomis going back to work. Loomis had a very long top of the first, as now he throws ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, as again, Andrew Sexton trying to go to work here. The wind and pitch from Loomis, cut on and right back towards Loomis. It'll be picked up. Sexton will be thrown out at first base, so Sexton goes 0 for 1. That's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Jeff Mejia. Pioneers with a 3-0 lead. As once again, Mejia stepping back in. Mejia as a leadoff batter has really turned it around. Over 500 batting average now over the last 5 games. We'll have to see if he can keep that up. Already 1 for 1 on the night. The wind and the pitch taken for a strike. As once again, Mejia looks in. The wind and pitch from Loomis. Way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Down showdown. As again, Mejia waiting. Loomis winds, delivers high. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count. As again, Mejia stepping right back in, trying to keep the streak going. The wind and the pitch. Cut on. Ground ball there towards second. Scooped up, thrown over to first in time. So Mejia goes down 1 for 2. That's going to bring up Brody Moore. Brody Moore, the only one in the top 4 that hasn't acquired a hit yet. Brody, who has been on top of things lately, is certainly going to be coming up. He should have a good opportunity here. Loomis has been all around the strike zone. As now again, Brody steps back in. Loomis patiently waiting on the hill. The wind and the pitch taken inside. 1 ball, no strikes. As I said, Brody has come from the University of Auburn, where they just completed a long run through the College World Series in their first strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 count. Brody looking to ride a hot streak all the way back to Auburn as that one popped up. That will get over the fence and out of play. We remind you again, for all your automotive needs, make sure you give a call over to our good friends at Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. As now 1 ball, 2 strike, 2 out count. Brody waits. Loomis delivers. Cut on and fouled away. A little bit high there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As now the umpire heading over there to get some baseballs. We want to welcome in some of our friends on YouTube Live listening in. As again, Brendan Kester has had a successful first inning. 3-0 in favor of the Pioneers here in the top of the second. 1 ball, 2 strikes against Brody Moore. As Kester looking to get back out to the field and try to do his part. As looking in, Loomis winds and delivers. Cut on there by Brody. That one hit out there towards left. The play will be made, and in a 1-2-3 inning, the Pioneers go down, putting up a 0 here in the top of the second. We'll head for the bottom half as Brendan Kester will go back to work. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, so Kester getting stretched out. See what he can do here as he continues to throw his final warm-up pitch. First to greet him going to be Sean Hillis, the designated hitter. Hillis, as a leadoff batter this year, 357, 14 at bats, 2 home runs, and 5 bases on balls. So we'll have to see if Hillis can get something going here. Obviously, the Pioneers would love to replicate the top half of the second, go 1-2-3, as Kester stands on the mound. As I said, we'll have to see how long Kester will be allowed to go here, as the Pioneers still have a week left. As of tonight, 1 week left to go in the season. Peng has a beat. He's looking, makes the grab, and there's the first out on just one pitch. That's going to bring up Brian Rivera. Rivera, who we have no stats, literally signed earlier here today, as we'll have to see what he can do. I just heard he's from Rochester, New York. So, again, a new piece to the Pilots lineup. He's going to take on University of Kentucky's Brendan Kester. The windup and the pitch. Cut on and missed, as Brian Rivera way ahead of that one. Kester stands on the mound. Looks in. The wind and the pitch from Kester. Little low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga down showdown. As once again, Kester taking his time. Takes a long look in. He delivers high. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. As Rivera trying to make a positive impact in his first at bat as a member of the Newark Pilots. Kester looking to keep him off of the base pass. Cut on. Ground ball played by Brody Moore. Scooped up. Thrown to first in plenty of time. So 0 for 1 goes Brian Rivera in his first at bat. That's going to bring up James Rabel. Rabel, a presence we're very familiar with, batting .203 on the season, 14 for 69, 5 doubles. So the Pioneers would love to shut this down 1-2-3 and keep 8 and 9 in the on-deck circle. So Kester comes set. He winds and delivers. Taken for a strike. Rabel, who was the Folly back in the doubleheader, able to bring in the lone run of the second game, as now the windup and the pitch from Kester. Cut on. That is fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, as the Elmira Pioneers pitcher Brendan Kester trying to go 1-2-3 through the bottom of the second inning. Never an easy task, as now the wind and the pitch from Kester. Cut on, connected, out towards right field. That play will be made. Can of corn, as Rabel able to fly out to right field. The Elmira Pioneers take a 3-0 lead to the top of the third. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, Nathan Pang heads up for his second turn. He's 1 for 1 on the day. We'll see if Pang can keep things going here. The wind and pitch. Oh, knocks him right in the head. Pang appears to be okay. He will be hit by a pitch, as now Pang will go right back. I think a warning just was issued there, as that's going to bring up Trey Harmon. Harmon 1 for 1. We talked about it already. He won the home run derby this year. Would love to see him get that home run swing working here in the regular season. Loomis now comes in. So obviously won't go 1-2-3 as there's a batter hit by a pitch standing on first base. Nathan Pang certainly feeling the effects, as that was cut on, driven through the infield, and Pang will reach second safely. So Harmon goes 2 for 2 on the day. That's going to bring up Bryce Moskowitz. Moskowitz, who's 0 for 1, he did reach base in his first at bat, but reached there on an error. So we'll have to see if Moskowitz can straighten things out and get himself credit for a hit here. Interestingly, watching this third baseman walking back and forth, perhaps trying to shake the dirt out of his pants after that sprawling attempt to catch the ball. He was way over towards the shortstop position. I thought he was setting up, but perhaps they had seen something in Moskowitz I hadn't, as that's in there for a strike, 0-1. So Pang stands on second, Harmon stands on first, and the Pioneers threatening again with nobody out. 5 hits so far here in the game, as we're only into the top of the third. As now the turn, and nobody back there on second. Loomis was trying to find someone to throw to, just nobody playing back there. The middle infield staying fairly stationary while Pang is on base. Pang's lead, while not massive, certainly something to be considered, as that one's in there, 1 ball, 1 strike. So a 1-1 count to Bryce Moskowitz. We talked about Moskowitz's numbers a little bit earlier. Now he's batting with runners in scoring position, so obviously worth a thought, as Moskowitz with runners on base, 319. That one cut on. That is going to get down in left center field, bounces around, and this is going to send the runner home. Nathan Pang with some gas, he makes his way in, and that will be a 4-0 lead, as Moskowitz, now 1 for 2 on the night, earns himself his second RBI. So that's going to bring up Brennan Dorigi.
The second baseman, number 23, Brennan Dorigi.
Dorigi steps in. Okay, Dorigi having a conversation. I was a little weirded out by that one, as it appeared that Dorigi was going to bat from the right-hand side, something he is definitely not accustomed to doing. So Dorigi, who is 0 for 1, now the manager heading out to talk to Loomis. Everybody gathering at the mound. We'll have to see if something is coming to change here. I'm not sure that there's any movement yet down in the bullpen. So, again, the Elmira Pioneers really trying to put up a big number here early. The Pilots have been very difficult for the Pioneers to beat this season. They would love to find a way to do it here and keep this winning streak alive. Pioneers trying to push a 4-game winning streak to 5 before we'll call it a fundraiser game tomorrow. Slow pitch softball will be a heck of a lot of fun. Make sure you come on down and watch New York's finest, as now signal over to the right-hand side, as now Loomis steps back on the mound. Brennan Dorigi will head back in, as Dorigi looking to add his first hit of the game. A 4-0 lead for the Pioneers here in the top of the first. Dorigi waits. The wind and the pitch from Loomis, cut on and missed. Throw back over. That's going to not be able to get Harmon. So it's a no ball, 1 strike count despite the scoreboard. Nope. Still saying 1 ball up there. There we go. 1 strike. As the wind and the pitch cut on by Dorigi. That gets over the head of the second baseman. This is going to bring Trey Harmon around to score. The runner from second will head to third as Dorigi steps on second base, as I believe that's going to get Dorigi a hit. but I believe that's only going to be a single, too. He will get the RBI on that as the Pios go up 5-0. He moves to second on the throw, so I'm going to call that a single. As now, once again, that'll bring up Kyle Richardson. Richardson 1 for 1 on the day already. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. So we'll have to see if the Pioneers can continue adding to their lead. Loomis coming back set. As now scoring runs 90 feet and 180 feet from home plate. The line, the pitch, taken for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, as the Pioneers may bat around here. Be interesting to see what the Pioneers can do. As looking in is Loomis. He winds, he delivers, cut on and missed. So Richardson way out in front of that one, 0-2. Richardson hoping to add in another RBI to his stat line. Coming back set. Kyle Richardson looking out. The next pitch from Loomis delivered high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. A little bit high as now the Pioneers trying to keep extending this lead. They have yet to make 1 out here, and they are 2 batters away from batting around. As now the wind and the pitch taken for a strike. He is struck out, as that will keep the runners right where they are. Trevor Henneman will come up. As now again, excuse me, for some reason I had Sexton pegged as the first batter. They're still quite a ways off from batting around. That's my fault there, folks. So 2 runs have crossed. 1 out has been made. 2 runners stand on base. Getting looks from the guy who couldn't change the scoreboard. As now, once again, Loomis winds and delivers in there for a swinging strike. As now Loomis comes back up. Looking out is Trevor Henneman. Looking for his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 1. Loomis coming back set. Certainly that mound visit seemed to help. Cut on ground ball that will just narrowly avoid the runner standing over there at third base, which is Bryce Moskowitz, wearing 26, not 14. So again, as coming back set, no balls, 2 strikes. Loomis looking in. Henneman trying to find his first hit here tonight. Taken for a ball. Umpire held up for quite a while on that one. Wasn't sure if we were going to get that called strike or not. Sexton stands on deck. Barring any double play possibilities, Sexton will come up to the plate. The line, the pitch, cut on and missed as Henneman goes down on strikes. So back-to-back strikeouts as Andrew Sexton will come up. Sexton, who will bat from the left-hand side. He's going to look to keep this going. Runners at second and third, and they've been there for 2 full batters now. Both of those batters striking out. Sexton definitely going to try to avoid repeating that offense. As now Loomis looks out. Clearly that visit to the mound gave him some confidence. He's been pitching much more like we're used to seeing from Ron Loomis, as that one misses for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. The Pioneers with a 5-0 lead. 7 hits already through just the 2/3 of the third inning. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed by Sexton. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here. So Sexton trying to find his swing. It's been a little bit of a tough luck season as of late for Andrew Sexton. Would love to turn things around right here. Sexton waiting. Loomis comes back set. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Sexton will move to defensive posture now. Runners stand on second and third. Moskowitz stands at third, excuse me. Behind Moskowitz is Derigi. Standing at second, Sexton looks in. The line, the pitch is high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown as Sexton steps back up to the plate. The ball on the left-hand side of the infield has seemed to squeak its way out to the outfield literally every time we've seen it here tonight. Swing and a miss, and the side goes down on strikes. It took quite a while to get there, but the tape as the Elmira Pioneers have a 5-0 lead heading for the bottom of the third. Brendan Kester heads back to the mound when we come back. All right, and with that, we are back here in the bottom of the third, 5-0 lead for the Elmira Pioneers. Brendan Kester with a huge lead to work with. We'll see if he can keep things going, as that's going to bring up Jordan Fedor for the first time. 8-9-1 due up here in the bottom of the third inning. So the Elmira the Elmira Pioneers, the Newark Pilots have been struggling here tonight to get hits put together. As now the line and the pitch. Ground ball sent towards Brody Moore. Scooped up, thrown to first, and in time, as I couldn't barely see the umpire out there. So 0 for 1's almost unanimously down the board so far. We'll see if Brendan Kester can get the final out in the lineup here. David Bermuda is so far the only one to hit off of Brendan Kester. So Cameron Reynolds will look in. Reynolds on the season so far, a 185 batter. Next pitch taken. That one popped up. Should be playable. As heading over, Derigi makes the catch. And that will be 0 for 1's for every single batter except for David Bermudez. As Michael Gorman comes back up. Gorman, 202 on the season, 19 for 94, just 2 doubles. He's the leadoff man, so he'll be looked to get something going. Kester would love to put him down in order for the second straight inning. Pioneers pitching certainly has seen a bit of an enhancement since the All-Star break. As the next pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The University of Kentucky prospect doing some great things here tonight. Kester comes set. He winds and delivers. Cut on. That one popped up. Should be playable for Derigi. Makes the grab. And that was a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the third. We head for the top of the fourth. Pioneers up 5-0. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, Jeff Mejia heads up. He's 1 for 2 on the day. The wind and pitch from Loomis. Cut on, right back through the middle. Shortstop makes the grab. Mejia is not in time. That will be an out. So Mejia goes 1 for 3 on the day. That's going to bring up Brody Moore. Brody Moore, one of 3 batters in the Pioneers lineup not to register a hit so far. So 0 for 2 on the day. He looks out. Takes a couple extra cuts. As now again, Moore stares out. Loomis comes set. He winds and delivers. Cut on. Driven back out there towards right field again. That's going to get into foul territory. And the catch is made. So Brody Moore goes to 0 for 3. And 2 pitches are 2 outs. As again, Loomis working quickly. That is going to bring up Nathan Peng. Peng so far on the day, 1 for 1, was hit by a pitch. As again, Peng steps in. Peng looks. Loomis trying to get through a quick inning. We'll see. As I said, after that mound conference, Loomis has looked a lot more confident. And now on 2 pitches has 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Brendan Kester has to be asking Peng to take a pitch, and he does. 0-1. So Brendan Kester with a thank you to Nathan Peng for taking a pitch. You don't want 3 pitches and 3 outs if you're the pitcher. As now again, the line, the pitch taken for strike 2, 0-2. So now Peng, 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch. As now Peng took one off his helmet the last time up. Hopefully won't see that again. As Loomis waits, delivers, cut on by Peng, popped up. This one going to be playable. It's sitting up there on the inside grass. The catch is made by Rivera, and that is a 1-2-3 top of the 4th. Pioneers head to the bottom of the 4th, still up 5-0. We'll be back here on Mixlr.com. All right, so we are back. Kester taking the remainder of his warm-up pitches. Want to let you all know tomorrow in the fundraiser for New York State Police Troop E K9 in Horseheads, 5:30 p.m. slow pitch softball game versus the NYPD and your Elmira Pioneers. We'll also have a dunking booth. Your chance to dunk the Elmira City Mayor, the Elmira City Manager, local judge, local attorney, district attorney's office, and more. So could be a good time if you feel like coming out and dunking some politicians. Could be a lot of fun. Still Kicking will be in concert as well after the game. We hope you all will come on out and enjoy that as now we get back to baseball. We'll have to see what the Pioneers can do here. Kester just had a very, very short sit on the bench as the Pilots were able to achieve a 1-2-3 inning on 2 quick pitches to get the first 2 outs. As now that's going to bring up David Bermudez, the only hit for the Pilots here tonight. So the Pilots 1 ball, no strikes to David Bermudez. The wind and the pitch. Low, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 count for Kester as he tries to get going here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Kester, a 1-hit performance so far. The wind and the pitch. Taken there for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out, as now again Bermudez trying to lead off the inning. Kester coming back set. Bermudez 255 as a leadoff hitter. Comes back set, the wind and the pitch. Low, 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-1 count as once again, Brendan Kester trying to work through another inning. Looks in, setting, delivering, taken high. That'll be ball 4. So the first walk of the ball game. That's going to bring up Tate Ballestero. Ballestero heads up to the plate. As now, Ballestero, one of 2 strikeouts that Kester has so far. As now again, Kester looking in. Ballestero looking. The throw over to first will not be in time. Hurried back. So once again, Kester trying to work his way through a bottom half of the inning. 3 zeros posted so far. Trying to do the same thing once again. The wind and pitch from Kester is in there for a strike right down the gut. Ballestero clearly would have liked to have that one back. So Ballestero stepping in. Checking over on that runner is Kester. Kester trying to find his sweet spot here. Brennan takes a deep breath. Comes back set. Winds and delivers. Cut on. That ball will be hit out towards the gap, and that will allow the runner to move on. That gets by momentarily, and that will keep Bermudez at second base. So the ball scooped up. Runners stand on first and second as Ballestero gets just these. Newark Pilots. We check down towards the bullpen. Nothing working down there. Parker Denny will be next man up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. As now Kester coming back. As, hold on. Not sure what the signal from the umpire was there. However, we go back as Kester. Kester comes back set. He winds and delivers. Cut on and fouled away. So, no balls, 1 strike. As now again, Kester looking in. Kester trying to find his way out. This is only the second time this game he's had to work out of the stretch. Comes back set. He thinks about going back to second base, but Bermudez back in plenty of time. Bermudez bouncing around back there. A little surprising. As again, trying to draw that throw. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here. Runners stand on first and second. Kester trying to work his way through the bottom of the 4th inning. Pioneers have certainly had their way in this game. 3 runs in the first, 2 in the top of the 3rd. No runs have come across yet for Newark. Big swing and a miss as down goes Parker Denny. Second time that he has struck out here tonight. Sean Hillis, the designated hitter, 0 for 1, will step up to the plate next. Kester has really done a job for the Elmira Pioneers so far. As Kester looks in. We're just past the 8 o'clock hour, so the game's certainly moving right along. As now, Kester looking. He waits. Kester coming set. The wind, the pitch. Low, 1 ball, no strikes. Bermudez dancing around back there. Certainly drawing the attention of Brendan Kester. As you guys can see through the sun-filled screen here on YouTube Live, we want to thank you all for tuning in as you have all season long. Kester continuing to keep an eye. The wind and the pitch. Cut on. This one popped up. Should be playable. As Sexton goes over to make the catch, Bermudez tags up. The throw comes all the way back into third base, and Bermudez won't have a chance to move along. 2 quick outs now after allowing 2 runners to reach base. That's going to bring up Brian Rivera. Rivera 0 for 1, so he is a still 0-0-0 across the line score. His first game in a Pilot's uniform. As now Kester heads back for the mound, trying to find the final out for the bottom of the 4th. Kester started off the inning allowing a walk and a hit. As now Kester coming back set. Peers in, the wind, the pitch, cut on, popped off, and that will get foul. No balls, 1 strike. As again, the Elmira Pioneers trying to keep the progress going. They've got a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As now Kester comes back, takes a long look in. Kester checking on the runner back at second. Has his sign, winds and delivers. Taken for a strike, 0-2. So Rivera behind in the count, trying to keep the Pilots moving forward. Pilots have not had much in the way of offensive punch so far. Kester looks, has his sign, comes, sets, delivers, ground ball, scooped up by the shortstop Brody Moore, thrown to first in plenty of time, and that will do it. Rivera goes 0 for 2. Rivera gets dirty, but to no avail. Trey Harmon with the stretch makes the out. We head for the top of the 5th, 5-0. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, so the final throwdown is over, and now the Pioneers come back to bat. Trey Harmon, 2 for 2 on the night, has an RBI. Would love to add to that. The only way he's going to be able to do it is if he's able to hit a home run. We're going to take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. The runs that matter to us: Utica over Geneva 4-3 in Game 1 of a doubleheader, as the Utica Blue Sox will take on the Geneva Red Wings one more time here tonight, as we'll have to see if they're able to come through victorious again. A big swing and a miss by Harmon, 0-1. Would love to see Geneva go down twice here tonight. If the Pioneers can pick up a win, they would close the gap, as the Pioneers now in the hunt for second place, believe it or not. As now again, coming back up, Trey Harmon. No balls, 1 strike. A 5-0 lead for your Elmira Pioneers. The wind and pitch from Loomis, taken right down the gut, and Harmon wants that one back. No balls, 2 strikes. As again, want to remind everybody, Harmon was the Home Run Derby champion as pitched to by assistant coach Andrew Drum. That one bounces up. That one gets way away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andrew Drum really, I'll tell you what, if you're going to a home run derby, that's the guy you want throwing. He has successfully thrown for 2 batters in the home run derby, and they have both won the championship. Next pitch bounced up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Harmon coming back. As now again. Have to see what the Pioneers are able to come through with here. Harmon waiting. Loomis looks in. It's a 5-0 deficit so far. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. That gets away. Harmon running towards first base. Running hard, too. So Harmon goes down 2 for 3 with the strikeout. That's going to bring up Bryce Moskowitz. Moskowitz on the night. 1 for 2. Reached on an error. Has a couple of ribbies. In the 5-0 lead for the Elmira Pioneers. As now, Moskowitz steps back up. So the wind and the pitch from Loomis. Taken for a ball, 1-0. 1-0 count. As Bryce looks in. Kester, right now with a 5-0 lead, would be in line for the win. Moskowitz right towards the third baseman, and that will make him 1 for 3. That's going to bring up Brennan Derigi. Derigi 1 for 2 on the night. As we'll have to see what Derigi can do here. Derigi stepping into the batter's box. As now, Derigi steps in. He is certainly a slow man to walk up. The players all commented about that after he was a Taco Bell K-man in Watertown. The wind and the pitch, cut on. That one hit hard, going back, and that will get off the wall. Derigi heading for second base. Derigi still moving, going into second base, sliding, and he will have a double. So Brennan Derigi with quite a blast there, goes 2 for 3, as that brings up Kyle Richardson. Richardson 1 for 2 on the day, has struck out, does have an RBI. As now again, Richardson with a runner in scoring position. This seems to be on the regular here tonight. 5-0 lead for the Elmira Pioneers. Derigi taking his lead. As now again, Loomis looking in, the wind, the pitch, cut on. Driven out there towards left center. That one is going to get back, and off the wall. That will score a run as Moskowitz will hold up. He earns another RBI, Richardson earns the RBI. 2 for 3 on the night as Richardson looped around second base and will stay put. That's going to bring up Trevor Henneman. Henneman 0 for 2 on the night. One of just 3 players not to have achieved a hit here in this one. Henneman, Sexton, and Brody Moore to this point. Although still plenty of ball game left, the Pioneers now have a 6-0 lead. Henneman stands in. As again, Loomis looking out. Loomis winds and delivers. Bounces one up. Taking a half run over was Richardson. He's not going to go any further. Will stay right there on second base. So Henneman will step back in as Loomis looking in. Got to give credit to Loomis, though. After giving up 5 runs in the first 3 innings, he certainly calmed it down quite a bit. Has given up a run here in the 5th, but certainly looking a lot better than he did early, as that'll be ball 2, 2-0. A lot of credit given to the pitching coach coming out and having that long conversation with him on the mound. As now again, Henneman steps back in. You have to wonder how long the leash is on the Newark pitcher. The wind and the pitch. Cut on. That one popped up there towards right center. This should be playable for the right fielder. He makes the grab, and that will do it as Henneman goes 0 for 3. We head for the bottom of the fifth, 6-0 lead for your Elmira Pioneers. We'll be back here on Mixler.com. All right, so Kester back out there on the mound. Brody Moore having to hop over the ball there. Appears to be okay, standing at second base. That's going to bring up James Rabel. Rabel 0 for 1 on the night. 7, 8, and 9 due up here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The Pioneers would love to keep them all 0 for on the night. If they can do that, they will head to the top of the sixth with a 6-0 lead. That's exactly what the Pioneers would love to do here. As now Kester coming set, he winds and delivers. Rabel takes ball one. 1-0 count. As again, bottom of the fifth inning. As now coming back set, Kester winds, delivers, cut on. That one hit hard. Going back towards right field. That will be caught by Andrew Sexton. A leaping grab. As once again, Sexton loving to show off that wall play here recently. Reached over the fence and brought one back in Utica, and now has robbed a really well-deserved hit for James Rabel. Jordan Fedor, 0 for 1. Have to see what the Pioneers pitching can do. Kester certainly let out a sigh of relief there. Certainly owes a tip of the cap to Andrew Sexton as the wind and the pitch. Ground ball towards third, diving and unable to knock it down. That one will get into left field as Henneman will throw it back in towards second base. Just the third hit of the night for the Newark Pilots as Cameron Reynolds comes up. Reynolds 0 for 1 as now Kester comes back in. Taking a long look in at Cameron Reynolds. The lights have now turned on here at Colburn Park as the Pioneers going right back to work. The wind and the pitch from Kester way too high. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0, 1 out here. As again, Kester looks in. 6-0 lead for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the fifth. Cut on and missed as Reynolds cut on that one. A 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out count. A Tioga Down showdown. As once again, we remind you, only place to catch horse cart racing, Tioga Downs, in the Southern Tier. Check it out. As once again, Kester winds, delivers low. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. As now again, Pioneers have 9 hits in this game. The Pioneers have hit double digits in the last 3 games they've played in hits. Have to see if they can replicate that one more time here tonight. Need just 1 hit to get there. As the next pitch, cut on. No, high. As 3 balls, 1 strike. So, Kester certainly feeling some pressure. Still no action down in that bullpen, though, for the Pioneers. Kester stares in. Has his sign. Moves into his windup and delivers. Cut on. This one popped up. Should be playable. Brody Moore calling his man off. Grabs the ball, and that will be the second out of the bottom of the fifth. Coming up now, Michael Gorman. Gorman, we talked about his ability as a leadoff batter. It has not been there, and he's shown it 0 for 2 tonight. So we'll have to see what Gorman can do. As once again, looking in. Coming back set. Kester looking at Gorman. Gorman coming set in the batter's box. Has the runner on first. Now Gorman asks for time. Is granted. As now Gorman staring out at Kester. Kester waits. Has his sign. The wind and the pitch. Cut on. That one swung out there towards right. Sexton has a beat and makes the grab. So they do allow a hit. But as we go towards the sixth, the Elmira Pioneers with a 6-0 lead as they try to add on to that in the top half of the sixth inning. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, Andrew Sexton steps into the batter's box. He will face Ron Loomis for another inning of work here. Didn't expect to see Loomis back for another inning, but he will work the top of the sixth. As the windup and the pitch, cut on and missed by Andrew Sexton. Sexton trying to get a hit has really struggled here as of late. Kester definitely on the hook for the win now after 5 complete innings, a 6-0 lead for the Pioneers. If they can keep it right there, that one swung on. That is going to get down as Sexton will get himself a hit. So 1 for 3 on the night as that's going to bring up Jeff Mejia. So Mejia looking in. See what he can do. Back-to-back lefties to start off the inning. That's always something interesting to see when Matt Birch puts the lineup together. Okay. Just told by the stat man down the way, 74 pitches for Ron Loomis at this point of the game. Next pitch, in there for a strike, 0-1. So, Loomis coming back set. As now again, Mejia looks out, the wind, way wide there, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 as Sexton stands on first base for the first time here tonight. Top of the 6th inning, Pioneers have a 6-0 lead. A ball thrown well clear of the dugout as once again coming back set is Loomis. The wind and the pitch. Cut on by Mejia, grounded towards third, scooped up, thrown to second, and that will not be in time. So the out is retrieved at second base. Mejia will go 1 for 4 as he will reach on the fielder's choice. Brody Moore now stepping up. He's 0 for 3 on the night. And as we always joke about back at home, not a true Pioneers baseball game until I've dropped my pen. That has now officially happened. So we are in work of another Pioneers ball game. So Brody Moore steps back up. 1 out. Runner on first. As again, the windup from Loomis. The pitch. That one driven towards right. That is going to get down, as that will be runners at first and second. So Moore breaks his 0 for day. He's now 1 for 4. Nathan Peng will come up. He's 1 for 2. Was hit by a pitch. And now a conference on the mound, I'm guessing just to get signs right. As now Belisaro stepping back in behind the plate. As again, the Pioneers trying to get something started. They have scored only in odd innings so far, the first, the third, and the fifth. Trying to break that cycle and score here in the sixth. The line, the pitch, cut on by Peng. That is going back, and that will be caught by the left fielder. So again, out number 2 is recorded. That's going to bring up Trey Harmon, batting 2 for 3 on the day. Harmon has had a day so far. Would love to get the power bat working, though. Certainly with the short field out here in Newark, they have the potential to drive some balls pretty far. As Harmon waits, the line, the pitch, taken for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. As he comes back, Harmon looking out at Loomis. The line, the pitch, bounces away. That's going to advance the runners to second and third. 2-0 count. So Loomis now waiting. Runners now stand 90 and 180 feet from home. As again, Harmon, 2-0 count. If Harmon can work a third ball, you would expect the fourth pitch of the at-bat to be somewhere in the zone. May see it right here, not wanting to advance the runners. The throw is fouled off there by Harmon. He very frustrated as he sent that ball right towards me. As again, we saw that one come directly over here, hit the pole right in front of us, fans. So once again, we'd like to thank all of our amazing fans listening in on YouTube Live and Mixlr.com. Your home for Pioneers action all season long. One more week at the very least. The wind and the pitch from Loomis, cut on and fouled away. 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 out count. Another Tioga Down showdown. As coming back set, Trey Harmon trying to push this through. As now he waits. Coming back set. Harmon waiting. As again, Loomis looking in. As now Harmon will step out. And when he steps back in, 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 out count one more time. As Harmon trying to advance to a 3 for 4 day here. Loomis comes set, the wind, the pitch, taken for a ball inside, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as Harmon trying to keep the inning going and trying to score for the first time in an Loomis comes set. He winds and delivers. Bounces up. Harmon will head for first as he takes a long walk. And Bryce Moskowitz, who's 1 for 3, already has 2 RBIs, now has the bases juiced. The Ducks are on the pond. As coming back up, Moskowitz will be looking with the bases loaded. He has batted just 1 time, and he is perfect 1 for 1. So Moskowitz looks out. Loomis comes set. The wind and the pitch. Moskowitz wasting no time, putting it towards the shortstop, bounces by, and no play as that will drive in a run as Moskowitz goes 2 for 2. Pioneers finally crack the board in an even inning as Moskowitz goes 2 for 4, earns his 3rd ribby of the night. Brennan Derigi heads up 2 for 3, a double, an RBI, and we'll have to see if Derigi can continue to pile on for the Pioneers. Derigi steps into the left-hand batter's box. Derigi, with the bases loaded this season, is batting 1 for 1. He is 1,000%. Does have an RBI. We'll see what he can do here. 2 outs. The wind. The pitch. Taken high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So Harmon, who walked 2 batters ago, stands on second base. The previous batter, Moskowitz, stands on first. As again, Brody Moore standing over there on first. On third. That one cut on. This is hit high. It is hard. It is far. It is a grand slam. Bases clearing as Brennan Derigi goes all the way around. And that will be 11-0 for your Pioneers. Derigi takes the trot. And now he will be greeted by all 3 men he just drove in. First grand slam of the season for the Elmira Pioneers. And we've talked about it all year. With 2 outs, that is when the Pioneers are most dangerous. It appears as though that will be the end of the night for Ron Loomis. After giving up 11 runs here in the first 6 innings, in will come a brand new pitcher. We'll be back with more information here on Mixler.com. All right. Well, I want to thank our intern, Trevor Campbell. I don't think that one quite had Chemung River distance, Trevor, but that one did definitely clear the wall. A grand slam as now entering the game, Brandon Odenall. Brandon, 11.2 ERA, no wins, 2 losses, 15 games pitched, 1 start, 27.1 innings, 32 hits, 37 runs, 34 of them earned, 48 bases on balls, and 36 strikeouts. So going to be an interesting next couple of innings here for the Elmira Pioneers as they put up a 5 spot here in the top of the 6th. And when you include that grand slam hit by Brennan Derigi, I mean, really unbelievable power from Derigi as he moves to 3 for 4 on the day. And now he's got 5 RBIs. Brennan Derigi with having himself a day here in Newark, as he's now triple short of the cycle as well. So I'll tell you what, Brennan Derigi is going to get at least one more opportunity at the plate. So, he should just run his way around if he can get around. We'll have to see if he can get another hit. Certainly has to be feeling a lot of weight off his shoulder. An 11-0 lead, as that's going to bring up Kyle Richardson against Brandon Odenall. Odenall winds, delivers, in there for a strike, 0-1. So again, the Pioneers laying it on thick here. 11-0 lead. The wind and pitch from Odenall. Cut on. That one popped up. Should be playable for the catcher. He comes over, and that'll get over the Pilots' dugout. No balls, 2 strikes. As again, the Elmira Pioneers, 11-0 lead, 13 hits. So they have gotten those double-digit numbers yet again, as Odenall needs to tie his sneaker before we continue on here. So safety first, folks. Always make sure your shoes are tied before heading out to the baseball pitching mound. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As now, Odenall trying to get himself out of the top of the 6th. All of the runs crossed on the starter, Ron Loomis. As this next pitch from Odenall in there for a strike, and down goes Kyle Richardson. Second time tonight he's struck out. The Pioneers head back to the field. We should see Kester for at least another half inning. The Elmira Pioneers leading 11-0. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, so the Pilots come back up to try to figure out Brendan Kester. Kester has allowed just 3 hits in the first 5 innings. As now, Bermudez steps up to the plate. Kester comes set. He winds and delivers. Low, that one bounces away from these catcher Nathan Pang. So the Pioneers pitcher will head back out and try to work his way through this inning, hoping to do it in quick fashion as we head for the final 3 innings of the night. At least the Pioneers hope so with an 11-0 lead. And that one's high. 2 balls, no strikes. Hits off the top of Pang's glove. Kester certainly has to be feeling the pressure here. The lead is 11. As once again, Kester comes set. He winds and delivers. Taken down the gut for a strike. Bermudez taking that one all the way. So, Kester comes back set. He stares in. As now Kester winds and delivers. Taken for a ball, a little bit high. 3-1. So again, Kester stands back on the mound. Nobody moving down in that Pioneers bullpen. The wind and the pitch. Taken for ball 4. So again, starting off with a base on balls. And once again, that is against David Bermudez, his second walk here tonight. Tate Ballestero, 1 for 2 with a strikeout so far. As now, Bermudez has certainly been a thorn in the side of Brendan Kester as he continues to stare over there. So, Ballestero looks in. Kester coming set out there on the mound. The wind and the pitch taken outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So, again, Kester having some trouble here as he looks back in, trying to find that strike zone. He had to sit for a long time during the top half of the 6th inning. That one bounced up again. 2 balls, no strikes. So again, we wait to see what Kester can do. As Brendan looking in. Certainly has had a quality start through 5 full innings. Cut on and popped up. 2 balls, 1 strike, as that'll get foul. And we remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Autoglass. So Tate Ballestero looking out. As again, comes back set. He winds and delivers. Fouled away. 2-ball, 2-strike count. As now, Kester looks back in. He continues to work here. As Kester, out of the University of Kentucky, looks back. Waiting. As Kester now has his sign. Has checked the runner. Comes back set. He winds and delivers. That's a little bit high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So again, Kester trying to avoid walking a second straight batter. Has only allowed 1 walk before this inning. On the night, that was also to David Bermudez. Kester coming back set. He winds and delivers. Right down the gut. He gets Ballestero swinging for the second time tonight. And Tate will go down 1 for 3. Parker Denny comes up. Denny, who's gone 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts so far. Have to see if Kester can get him going again. Kester wouldn't mind another strikeout. Certainly wouldn't mind a double play ball here. As Kester working out of the stretch. Comes set. Winds and delivers. Cut on, popped up, and that will get out of play. Pang will retrieve a new baseball. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pilots running out of outs down to, well, the same number of outs as they have a deficit, 11. As once again, Kester looking around. Kester takes a deep breath, steps back on the mound. Looks back at the runner. Winds and delivers. Little high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga down showdown. As once again, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The runner is going. The throw back to second in plenty of time. Bermudez is tagged. And so there we go. 2 outs as Bermudez caught stealing. As now Kester 1 out away from getting out of the bottom of the 6th. Kester takes a long look in, can get out of that stretch now. No longer has the runner to worry about on first. As Kester comes set, he winds and delivers. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So again, Brendan Kester really working a gem here in the bottom of the 6th. Kester staring in. He winds and delivers. Cut on and fouled back. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 more time. As again, Brendan Kester looking for 1 more strike. Kester getting a feel on that ball. Comes back set. He waits, has his sign, steps off, winds and delivers. Just a bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So for the second time in this at bat, a Tioga down showdown. You do not normally see 2 and 1 at bat. That is I believe that's a first on the season. So interesting. As now, again, 1 strike away. As that's cut on and fouled back again. That will get out of play. As we remind you again, to make the right decision, insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. Coming back set. Long look. As Kester winds and delivers. In there for strike 3. That'll be the hat trick. As down goes Parker Denny for the 3rd time. As now we head for the top of the 7th. The Pioneers 11. Pilots 0. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, well, we're back for the top of the 7th. Pioneers 11, the Newark Pilots 0. Brendan Kester throwing a gem as once again, this will bring up Trevor Henneman. Henneman, the lone Pioneer to not have tallied a hit tonight. Believe it or not, with 13 hits on the board, we'll see if Henneman can correct that stat and put me down for making the comment, as now Odenall goes back to work for the second inning of work. He throws ball number 1 a little bit high. Want to welcome back Mini Doc. Mini Doc, we saw you here last night, and thank you for staying with us all the way through the end of the 13th inning. As now coming back set, Henneman waits, the wind, the pitch, cut on, this one hit, but that's going to get foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. As now again, Trevor Henneman looking for his first hit of the night. Henneman looks out. We're here in the top of the 7th. The Pilots have just 9 defensive outs remaining. Cut on, this one hit, and that will get down. Trevor Henneman completes it. The entire lineup now has a hit here tonight. So that will bring up Andrew Sexton. Sexton 1 for 3, does have a strikeout, as we'll see if he can keep things going for the Elmira Pioneers. Coming back, Odenall will have to work out of the stretch. First time here tonight, Odenall will have to work out of the stretch, having come in the top of the 6th. The line, the pitch, swung on and missed there. As again, message retracted. I missed that one there, Mini Doc. As once again, 0-1 count for Sexton. As coming back set, the wind and the pitch bounced up there, gets away from the catcher, and that will allow Henneman to head to second base. He's in standing as a 1 ball, 1 strike count. So Andrew Sexton comes back. I don't know about prove me wrong. I was hoping for him to get a hit. As the entire team now has a hit. As 11 runs, 14 hits on the night. No errors for your Pioneers. Next pitch is high. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count as Andrew Sexton, wearing number 33, comes up. In case you joined us late, you missed a lot, obviously, including a grand slam hit by Brennan DeRigi not too long ago, back in the top of the 6th inning. Next pitch swung on and missed by Sexton. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm glad you're having fun. I'm hoping the Pioneers are too. 11-0 lead here in the second to last road game of the year. We'll have one more road trip out to Oneonta on Sunday. Every other game for the remainder of the 2019 season will be at home at historic Dunn Field. It's 11-0 right now. The wind and the pitch cut on by Sexton and fouled off. As again, Sexton comes back up. Sexton looking out. 2 ball, 2 strike count. The Elmira Pioneers have a runner in scoring position again. The wind and the pitch, cut on and miss. Sexton goes down on strikes. So down goes Sexton for the second time on strikes. That's going to bring up Jeff Mejia, as he is going to try to drive around the runner. Already 11-0 in favor of your Pioneers, as Mejia steps back up. Mejia stepping into the left side batter's box. Odenall working his first full inning of work here in the top of the 7th. We'll have the 7th inning stretch here after the Pioneers are finally retired. Mejia looks out, the wind, the pitch, cut on. This one driven out towards center. Should be playable. The grab is made. And again, 2 outs. So that's going to bring up Brody Moore. As again, the Pioneers working on their 5th trip through the batting order. So Brody steps back up, as our intern Trevor says boo. 1 for 4 so far. quite a game for your Elmira Pioneers. As we said, they'll head back home tomorrow to play an exhibition against the New York Police Department, a slow pitch softball game where we may see first base coach Ben Efros come out and take a couple cuts. We'll have to see. As now again, no balls, one strike. As Brody Moore trying to go to work here. Moore takes a long look out. Oh no. Comes set, he winds and delivers. Cut on, and that is right to the second baseman. Picked up, thrown to first in time, and that will do the top of the seventh. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. The Pioneers lead 11-0. We'll be back for the bottom half after this. All right, we head to the bottom of the seventh. 11-0 lead for your Pioneers. As now, Brendan Kester working into his seventh inning of work, and why not? He's got the zero on the board. We'll have to see if he can keep it right there. He's going to have to do it against the 5, 6, and 7 batters, Sean Hillis, Brian Rivera, and James Rabel. None of which have a hit here tonight, but we'll have to see if they can keep it sitting quite that way. So, first man up, Hillis takes a strike, 0-1. So again, Hillis looking in, 0 for 2 on the night. Coming back set, Kester looks in, he steps off, and now again, 0-1 count, nobody out, as the Pioneers need just 9 defensive outs. The line, the pitch, cut on, popped up. This one should be playable. Henneman has the read, makes the grab, and now it's 8 defensive outs they need. Brian Rivera will be the next man up. Rivera has looked like he wants to get something going. So Rivera steps back in. As Rivera looking. 1 out, nobody on. Just 3 base hits have been hit so far for the Newark Pilots. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, ground ball. That will squirt through the infield. So that is the first hit as a member of the Newark Pilots for Brian Rivera. Rivera will go 1 for 3, hitting that single, and that'll bring up James Rabel. Rabel, who's 0 for 2 on the night. We know what Rabel can do. We saw it back during that doubleheader. As Rabel steps back in. Rabel looks out at Kester, who moves to the stretch. Kester takes a long look at first. Now he'll step off. We did see an attempted steal out there while Kester was going through his movements previously by David Bermudez. Not sure if we'll see that once again from Brian Rivera. As now again, Kester talking. as he's in there with shortstop Brody Moore and Nathan Peng. So, not sure what the conversation might be about. The home plate umpire going to head out to break this one up, as a much shorter walk as they met the catcher halfway in between home and the pitcher's mound. So, as for the official pitch count here, not sure that I have that right to my disposal at the moment, as Kester goes back to work. Kester coming back set. I will try to get that information for you momentarily. As he looks in, the wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As again, Kester stares in at Rabel. Rabel looking out. Kester coming back set. Checks on the runner over at first. He winds and delivers as he... There's the... Hold on. I thought he swung at that. I thought we had 2 strikes here. The scoreboard says differently. There we go. The umpire holds up the 0-2 count. So, once again, Kester looks in, the wind, the pitch, high, 1 ball, 2 strike. So perhaps predicted there by the scoreboard out there in left field. 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out count. As Kester looks in, winds and delivers, cut on and missed by Rabel. That one will get away. The runner will move down to second on the pass ball. But we have 2 outs as once again, Rabel goes down. Jordan Fedor will be the next man up. He's 1 for 2, but now has a runner in scoring position. See if Kester can close the door on the bottom of the 7th inning. An 11-0 lead for the Pioneers. As Kester comes set, he winds and delivers high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. As again, Kester comes back set. 1 runner standing on second base. 2 outs. Kester trying to work his way through the bottom of the 7th. The wind, the pitch, in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fedor grimaced a little bit on that call. As now again, see what Kester can do here as he takes a deep breath, looks back towards second. Not quite as much dancing as we saw from Bermudez. The wind, the pitch, in there right across the plate for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 strike away from getting out of the bottom of the 7th inning. As again, Kester working his way through it. Looks like there is some action down there in the Pioneers bullpen. It appears to be Stephen Rossi. That one cut on and fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 more time. As Kester just trying to power his way through. Kester comes set. Stares in. Stepping back up, Jordan Fedor. Looks out, has the runner on second base. The wind, the pitch, taken for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. As the Pioneers trying to get out of this bottom half of the inning with another 0. Coming back set. Kester checks on the runner. He winds, he delivers, swung on and fouled back by Fedor. So we'll have that Tioga Down showdown for you one more time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As once again, 1 strike away from getting through the bottom of the 7th. Kester looking in. He waits. Fedor coming back, set in the box. The wind, the pitch from Kester. Over just a bit low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So the payoff pitch will be next. 11-0 lead for the Elmira Pioneers. Coming back set, Kester winds, delivers, right down the gut, fouled away. 3 ball, 2 strike count, 1 more time. This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. As again, Kester looks in. He comes back set. Winds and delivers. That one popped up. Should be playable for Henneman. Makes the grab, and that will do it for the bottom of the 7th inning. The Pioneers now 6 defensive outs away from victory, an 11-0 lead. We head for the top of the 8th. After these messages, you're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, Nathan Pang will head to the plate. I wanted to answer Mini Doc's question. Brendan Kester, 91 pitches so far here, as the Pioneers will go into the top of the 8th. Kester, we'll see if he comes back for the bottom portion. Not sure, as it appears Stephen Rossi getting loose out there in the bullpen. Kester is running down that way. The wind and pitch is high and over the head of Pang, and that has to bring back memories of the 2nd inning when he took one right in the helmet. So again, Pang looking out as Odenall working. Oh, that belts Pang for the 2nd time here tonight. No, excuse me. Hit the glove of the catcher. That one sounded like it hit Pang. As that one, these pitches coming way too close. 2 balls, no strikes. As now Odenall looks back in. The wind and the pitch. Again high. 3 balls, no strikes. As Pang steps right back in. There's a certain mindset to a baseball player willing to stand in a tiny little box while a pitcher throws 90-mile-an-hour pitches at your head. Another cut on and missed. 3 balls, 1 strike. As now Pang steps back in. 3-1 count. Pioneers 11-0 lead. As again, Odenall looking in. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and fouled away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As again, Pang step back into the batter's box. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Pang leading things off. Then Trey Harmon, Bryce Moskowitz. If anyone reaches, Brennan DeRigi, who is looking for a triple to complete the cycle here tonight. As now again, Pang stepping back in. As again, Nathan Pang. The wind and the pitch. Take it, and now Pang does get belted that time. So the 3-2 will hit him again. That was unfortunate, obviously, as now Trey Harmon steps in. So the first one that I thought hit him, hit the glove of the catcher. That one definitely caught Pang flush. Now Trey Harmon will step in here in the top of the 8th inning. 11-0 lead for the Pioneers as we are working our way through. Kester has had a phenomenal performance, 91 pitches. He has not allowed a solitary runner to come around, As now the wind, the pitch, low, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, as Andrew Drum stands on third base. First base coach for the moment, Ben Efros. He has been out there for the past couple games, and the Pioneers continue to ride a winning streak. Odenall now has his shoes tied once again. Perhaps the double bunny technique would be more appropriate, as now he steps back up. The wind and the pitch. Low again, 2 balls, no strikes. As Odenall will now get a quick conversation from his catcher. Bellastaro, trying to get everything sorted out with Odenall, has a runner out there on first base. So Mini Doc is predicting a dinger for the Home Run Derby champion. We'll see if he is right. Trey Harmon will step back in. Odenall appears good to go after the conversation with the catcher. The last time a conversation happened out on the mound for the team wearing the Pilots uniforms went very, very well for them. Managed to get through 2 innings relatively unscathed. That was back in the third. The wind and the pitch, taken for a strike right down the gut, as Harmon comes right back. So, Harmon, 2 ball, 1 strike count. He's got his eye on something specific. The wind, the pitch from Odenall, cut on. That ball bounced towards second, stepped on, thrown over to first, and a perfect double play executed. So, that was a well-executed play, as now the Pioneers have 1 out remaining. Bryce Moskowitz going to try to get things going. 2 for 4 on the day. Reached on an error, has 3 RBIs. Though it may be hard to believe, he is behind one other batter, as Brennan DeRiggi has 5 when you include his grand slam. DeRiggi, the next man to come to the plate. We'll see if he can come up here in the 8th, or he will lead off the top of the 9th, as there's a strike. Moskowitz didn't like the looks of that one. As now, Moskowitz steps back in. The wind and the pitch. Cut on. That one's going to get foul. 0-2. No balls. 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. As once again, the Elmira Pioneers with an 11-0 lead, just trying to work their way through the remaining innings. The windup and pitch from Odenall. Cut on. That one's hit hard. Going out towards right. The catch will be made by Fedor, and we head for the bottom of the 8th inning as the Elmira Pioneers try to preserve their lead 11-0. We head for the bottom of the 8th here at Mixlr.com. All right, so we head for the bottom of the 8th, a brand new pitcher on the mound. We mentioned it already. Stephen Rossi has entered the game. Rossi's numbers, they have, worked themselves into what they are. 10.8, 1 win, 1 loss, 10 appearances, 13.1 innings pitched, 18 hits, 20 runs, 16 of them earned, 14 bases on balls, and 12 strikeouts. Has also entered the game Craig Corliss back behind the plate. So, the Pioneers making some changes with 1 at-bat left to go. They hope to get through the bottom of the 8th as quickly as possible. Though it's a short ride back to Elmira, it's still lengthy enough considering they have a 5:30 exhibition tomorrow. Don't forget, tickets are still available for that. You won't want to miss a minute as the NYPD softball team makes their way up to Elmira. As now Cameron Reynolds steps up. He's 0 for 2. We'll have to see what Rossi can do here. You know, the Pilots are thanking their lucky stars, finally getting rid of Brendan Kester. As now, Rossi going to look to keep the combined shutout going. As that one high, 1 ball, no strikes. So again, the wind and the pitch from Rossi. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Reynolds chasing here as the Elmira Pioneers looking to get through the bottom of the 8th inning. The wind and the pitch from Rossi. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Corliss seemingly having studied quite a bit of tonight's game, knowing where to pitch. As the catcher really doing his job. Low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. As again, Pioneers 11-0 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. They hope that will be enough. The next pitch, cut on, popped up, should be playable. And Sexton will find it, and that will be the Reynolds goes 0 for 3. That's going to bring up the leadoff man, Michael Gorman. Gorman, who's 0 for 3 on the day. It is 9-1-2 due up, so that means David Bermudez, who is 1 for 1, 2 bases on balls, but was caught stealing, will come up in this half inning. So we're just past 9:15. The wind and pitch from Rossi in there for a strike, 0-1. Gorman, very visual reaction there. He certainly did not seem to agree with that call. As now Gorman steps back in. Rossi going right back to work. High, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. As now again, Rossi comes back set. The line, the pitch, just missed inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. Bottom of the 8th inning. Elmira Pioneers trying to extend this winning streak to 5. The line, the pitch, high. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-1 count. Rossi trying to find his sweet spot. As Rossi looks in. The wind and pitch, taken for a strike, 3-2. So the payoff pitch coming next. As I will try to make an adjustment, as I'm being told the field is pretty dark. Do what we can. As that one is high. Let's see if that did. That's really not helping. I apologize, fans, as we'll just set this back.